Good after evening, everybody. Welcome back to the First Report 6.0 with Fletcher Tabuteau.
Clayton Mitchell.
It's been a few weeks and it's really good.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
This guy's been busy.
We've actually both been pretty busy. To be fair, you've got a fair bit on your plate now as the Undersecretary to Foreign Affairs with a recent announcement this week. Can you give us a bit of an update on that?
Yeah, it's pretty important and pretty critical for New Zealand. So the Right Honourable Winston Peters, as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, announced our pre-budget position, and quite frankly we're able to reinvest in our efforts in building relationships overseas. You know, the last government talked about trade, but we're constantly underfunding what we were trying to do in our efforts.
Absolutely.
But now we're a long way on the road to putting the power back.
And I know it's a question that some people will ask. People will automatically get the importance of foreign affairs and trade. But spending that money overseas, what benefits is that going to bring back to New Zealand's economy, and how's it going to bolster things?
It's a fantastic question, because the principle of investing $1 now, and you think about the return you get on that into the future, and the savings you make in terms of supporting our Pacific Island neighbours, our cousins in the Pacific, and then actually having good trade relations with the rest of the world and building those relationships. You know, amazing return on investment.
What I got out of it yesterday, aside from actually investing into this space, was the fact that we're actually going to have 50 new ambassadors internationally, 50 more ambassadors internationally. Now, I always use the analogy, you always buy from people that you like, and it must be the same in reverse for when you're selling something. So if we've got more people interfacing internationally, showcasing the products that we've got, surely that's got to be better for trade opportunities.
It is fundamental. Relationships are fundamental. So personally your background in hospitality and business. If you don't have a relationship with your customer, you really don't have everything. So this is fundamentally what we're trying to do. Yeah. So
2 thumbs up from me.
Yeah, well, thanks, mate. It's been a privilege working in the space. So what about you? You've been pretty busy with the volunteer sector, the not-for-profit areas.
Well, look, we had a really interesting bill last week. It was a members' bill from one of the National Party members, which we, as a caucus, supported wholly solely. And it was the health and safety at work in the volunteer space. Yep. And it's essentially what it's doing is taking away the legal culpability of people working in a volunteer space that actually get paid for a maximum of 100 hours collectively within that organisation. So in a situation where you've got a worker who happens to be the chairperson on this not-for-profit organisation that is getting a small remuneration, this bill stops them from being captured as a person conducting the business or undertaking.
Yeah,
so
it was pretty onerous, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So we've sent that off to Select Committee to hear from submitters to make sure there's no barbs or hooks in that, but we sort of felt like it was a pretty sensible thing to be doing and looking after the 114,000 not-for-profit organisations and the 1.4 million New Zealanders that give up their time
It's
in
actually
that sector.
it's quite an interesting situation, because it just highlights how bad the legislation was from the previous government, right?
That's right.
And here they are trying to piecemeal fix it.
Exactly.
So interesting situation that they've put themselves in. But at the moment, if there's something that New Zealand First can do to help fix these situations,
we're all over it, like white on rice.
Yeah. So hey, good to be back on the airwaves, everyone.
Budget week
good
next
to be
week.
here. Big week next week.
And you'll notice a big fairy picture in behind here. We're actually sitting in our waiting room now because Fletcher, being so busy, I've come out of my office and there's a plethora of people. It's like a flea market with people coming in to see you, and it's packed the hallway. So now we've got this waiting room with this very
lovely
beautiful
piece of fairy art behind us.
Look, it's growing on me, and it literally looks like it's growing on me. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week. It is budget week. There'll be plenty of announcements. We might even do an extension of time. We might even make it 4.5.
We might have to.
4.5 minutes.
All right. Good night, everyone.